Hey guys, it's Mr. Dominari here, and we are back with another reaction. I was expecting to upload a different video today, but I'm going to upload this one instead. Today, we just got a Marathon developer update. Now, we haven't really heard anything officially on these channels about Marathon since its reveal and the little ARG that it did. I know that there was a private gameplay showcase demo thing that people got to play, and they aren't really able to say anything about it, really. But here is an actual 9.5 minute developer update. So I'm actually on break from my work right now, but I thought I wanted to get this video out for you guys because I will be doing my best to cover Marathon as much as I can when it comes out. I'm expecting it to come out sometime next year, but this is the first update we've gotten in a really long time, so I'm really excited to hear about it. It's gonna be a long one. Sit back, grab a little snack. Let's go.
Yo, how's it going? My name is Joe Ziegler.
Yo,
I am a game director here at Bungie, and I am working currently on a little game that we like to call Marathon.
a
And
little game.
I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about that game and talk to you about what we've been up to, where we're going with that game, where we're going with talking
Cool.
to you as an audience, and maybe sneak peek a little bit of some of the stuff we've been working on. Just a
Really?
warning though, we won't be showing any gameplay footage today,
Okay.
but we will be showing a little bit of a sneak peek on some of the stuff that we've been working on.
No gameplay footage.
Yeah, so stick around if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Marathon, and let's get to it. Awesome.
I should play
So
the
a
first
lot of
ones.
you might be asking the question, what is Marathon? Well, Marathon
Yes.
is our take on essentially an extraction shooter. And if you don't know what an
Okay.
extraction shooter is, it's a
Extraction
game
shooter.
type where you essentially go into a dangerous world, a world filled with essentially hostile mobs and players alike that are all sort of existing in that environment, and a huge threat to you and challenge your ability to survive and get out alive. The goal of every session is to get out alive. And along the way, you're going to be completing quests. You're going to be finding loot, loot that will either help you upgrade yourself or things that you can equip to yourself to make yourself stronger. If you get out alive, all that loot is yours to keep. If you don't, you will be losing all of that, and someone else will be able
Hmm.
to take that from you. Um, it's an intense game. So in that sense, we like to say it's a game that's not for everybody, but if you are interested in sort of
Okay.
having that intense
I'm
survival
fine with that.
experience and having a
I
game where the
like games
stakes
that
really
aren't for
matter and you feel like
everyone.
they're challenged to survive in a really, really harsh and interesting world, uh, then Marathon's just right up your alley. So,
Cool.
yeah,
That's
hopefully
super
that
dope
sounds
to
appealing
hear.
to you. The other thing to note about Marathon as a game is that we give you a lot of different tools to do a lot of different things inside the game. There's a ton of loot that you can find. There is weapons, there's equipment that you can equip to yourself that changes your stats or gives you sort of tweaks some of the
Mm-hmm.
things that you can do
Mm-hmm.
inside of the game. There is utility consumables that are sort of like items that you can use inside of the world, like things that are like mines or like grenades. Um, there's also consumables that help you sort of heal yourself and give you utility in that sort of way. Um, but beyond that, there's also this other layer that is what we like to call our runners, which is sort of the template by which you equip all that stuff to. So each runner has like a small subset of abilities. And on top of that, you get to customize however you want,
Hmm.
thinking about sort of what you
Hmm.
want to accomplish inside
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
game. You might
Hmm.
equip different types of gear to your character, to your runner,
Like
and then
pseudo
go on those
character,
runs with that gear in mind.
like hero.
Um,
Choice.
yeah,
I mean,
so there's a lot of different ways a run
pseudo
can unfold
hero.
inside of our game with all those different pieces.
Shooter.
There's also a lot of different sort of objectives and things like that that exist inside of the game. But of course, every single one of them comes with its own risk, and the risk is always present that if you don't get out alive, you will lose the things that you have on you. Talking a little bit about the world
Hmm.
of Marathon,
Okay.
our game is obviously set in the IP of Marathon, which is one of Bungie's classic IPs. I think the first game released in 1994, so it was
Yeah, it's
quite a
been a
while
while.
ago. But what we're doing with that world is we're taking a lot of the familiar elements, especially a lot of the things around the mysteries and the kind of um, eeriness and sort of like the, how do I put it? Like the psychological kind of creepiness of the entire IP as it exists before. but
Hmm.
we're layering on some elements that we think really help modernize it and also bring it to a new story that we can sort of and new world that we can sort of like continue to update and delight all of you with over the
Continue to
course of
update.
time. Where are
Keyword.
we at right
Live
now
service.
in terms of making this game? Well,
Oh, big,
for
big
the
question.
past couple of years, we've been doing a lot of aggressive change to the game, and we've been iterating pretty
Mmm.
heavily.
The
And
leaks
during
were
that time,
true.
we've been testing with a lot of
The
players.
leaks
A
were
lot of
true.
players like yourself, also with creators. And so it's sort of insanely awesome. And I'm filled with gratitude when I think about it because there's so many people who've just contributed by telling us, hey, this thing sucks or this thing is great, um, in a way that really has helped us
That's good to
diagnose,
hear.
analyze, and shape and shift the game in great ways. Where the game is at right now, there's a variety of different things at different states inside of the game. Some things are a little bit more complete, like our environments are starting to come together in a really, really beautiful way. Um, some of the character models we've been iterating through, so they're coming together, but they're not fully there yet. Our enemy models are still kind of a little bit in an early state, so we're still iterating through and making those things land in a strong
Mm.
way. And
Mm.
a few of the items are still kind of coming online. So it's a little early to show you all of it as one piece. But as you've noticed, like as many of you are familiar with, if you're familiar with game development, all these things are on track. They're not all together, but when they all do come together, we really, really are looking forward to showing you what that looks like, especially in play.
Hope
Having
so.
said that, let me give you a sneak peek of a couple of images you might have been
Sneak
staring
peek.
at that kind of exist in the background behind me. One of the images that is going to be showing up on your screen is of a
Whoa.
runner that we have in our game. Its code name is currently Thief, which might give you an indication to
She looks
how it
dope.
plays inside of the game. Um, if you notice, the character sort of
I'm loving the style
creepily
of this,
peeking
man.
around a corner
I'm
in
loving
sort
it.
of that quiet moment before she makes her move.
Hell
This is
yeah.
like sort of like the theme of that character in a lot of ways and should give you a hint as to what kind of gameplay that character is going to be driving from. I'm trying to avoid giving away too many of the details, but there's a lot of exciting ones. And we've been testing this character recently, and I will say there's a lot of hilarious stories that come from it, but also very, very crazy moments that this character contributes to the game. Um, then the other image we're going to show you right now, which you're going to see on your screen, is that
Ooh.
of a of a character we codename Stealth. This runner is obviously a stealthy type of runner, and
I'm loving this art style.
they sort of are in that space where when we talked about deception as a runner utility trait, they really embody it, and they're really hard to pin down, and you can see that they have the tools to stalk the battlefield and show up in ways that allow them to kind of take advantage. So I play this character actually a pretty decent amount. Can't say that I want it to be stronger because it's probably a little strong right now, but by the time I get it to all of you, I'm sure it'll be in a good place. Um, yeah, so that's it for some of the previews we have. Hopefully, it's just a
Okay.
little bit of a taste and moose bouche, if you will, of of content that we have before we reveal a lot more for you in sort of the midst of 2025. Speaking of
Hmm.
2025 as well, like we said before, we've been really iterating with our players. And so in 2025, we're going to be expanding our playtests a little bit wider and wider.
Okay. Okay.
We're looking to add a significant amount of players to each of our milestones as we're going forward. And some of these big inflections are opportunities for you all to join us. We'll definitely let you know when that happens. But if you are interested in following us or learning more or sort of
Fingers
keeping
crossed.
up
I
to
get a
date with all
playtest.
the updates that we have, definitely one of the ways you can do that is wishlist us on the storefronts that exist, whether it be
Oh
Steam,
yeah, I did that
on
before I did this
Xbox,
video.
or on PSN.
Wish listed it on Steam
All of
already.
them have wishlist buttons. If you click that, it will help us know that you want to learn more about the game, and we can sort of send the information your way. Well, thank you all. I just want to say
Yeah.
a lot of different thanks, actually. I have so much gratitude right now that I don't know if I could fit it all in this video, but what I will say is that thanks to the team. The team has done an amazing job, and they continue to advocate incessantly for all of you to make sure that the decisions we're making aren't holding back what you all care about.
Hmm.
And every day there's endless debates focusing on what is the right way to continue to proceed to engage this game with you. Our goal is ultimately to make a game that all of you feel like is worth spending your time and your because time is so precious, like spending your time on and really, really finding the fun and finding that storytelling space where you create the memories that you want to. Um, Second of all, thank you all for actually following us. I mean, we do this all for you. And so the interest that you show in sort of engaging with all of the content that we've created, with sort of wanting to learn more about our game, really fuels us on a daily basis. So I just want to say a very heartfelt thank you to you all. And we're excited to engage with you more in 2025 and beyond as we sort of bring this game to all of you to play. So thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I kind of take it all back. It might not be releasing in 2025 at all. It looks like they're kind of revealing more in 2025, and there's going to be a little more playtests in 2025. Maybe it's a very late 2025 release, but I don't know. It's looking like maybe it could be pushed to 2026, especially if they do more changes. Something I do like about this video is how much he says you and how much you want the game to be and how much we've been listening to you and how much we have changed because of what you have said. We want to honor your time with the game. That is great. So cool. I know there's a whole lot of stuff that came out about it with it having to change course a few times during development, but I think changing course, especially when it comes to you letting players looking at your game and them telling you this isn't working, changing course is the right direction, you know? Okay, so what? Delay it, you know? Um, I'd much rather play a marathon extraction shooter that I actually really, really enjoy in 2 years' time rather than play one in 3 months' time that I'm not going to enjoy. And so, you know what? Take your time, Bungie. I'm here to play it. I have the thing with me is if anything that Bungie makes, it just turns into gold. I think I said that same thing about Markiplier. Anything that Bungie makes, it turns into gold. They have a problem sometimes with keeping up with it, um, or maybe sometimes it takes a minute before it turns into gold. A good example is, of course, the Halo franchise that turned into gold. Marathon is obviously a cult classic, turned into gold. Destiny, even though that was, especially Destiny 1, is a very rough launch, it turned into the most successful. I don't want to hear anything else. This is one of the most successful live service games ever. Just ever. The fact that they were able to do it for over 10 years shows that. It may not be getting the same attention and player base that it has before, but it is leaps and bounds above anything else on the market, especially in the looter shooter live service market. There just isn't. Games have come and tried. Bungie genuinely know how to get this stuff down, you know? It's stuff that players like. So the fact that they are going into Marathon, looking at, again, what will players actually enjoy with this game, and changing course to, I guess, keep that going and keep that reputation of delivering that to a player base, it's very comforting to me. I wish more would have been revealed, but again, take your time. The pictures looked cool. The art style has been. I've always loved the art style since the reveal. I've never played the early Marathon games, but I do want to, and I probably will before more stuff about this game comes out. But that's all I have the time for right now. Thank you guys for listening to me babble on about it. I have a bunch of reaction videos that I need to get out, but that's in the future. Thank you again for watching. Let me know about Marathon. Are you excited? Do you like it? Do you think they're heading in a good direction? What year do you think you'd like to see it come out, you know? What do you think of this just one-on-one video? A little update, you know, just for them to get the kind of the wish list out on Steam and PlayStation. But that's about it, you know. If you liked it, like my video. If you don't, it's fine too. But yeah, that's it from me here. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you